Yo, what's up guys? Got some GC to SSL coaching tips for you today. Hope you enjoy. If you're interested in coaching yourself, check out my Ko-Fi down below and also join our community Discord. Enjoy the video. But before that, sponsor time. AOEA allows you to buy and sell Rocket League items at great prices. Whichever platform you're on, you can find that last item to finish off your preset. Use code VMN at checkout for a discount. And I'll leave the link to AOEA down in the description, so be sure to check that out. Just out of curiosity, obviously 3's is a bit different than 2's. Like, have you got like an idea of why you think you lost this series as a 3 stag?
Bro, any idea?
Big problems.
I mean, I think there are definitely like things that we could work on as like a team, but I'm not really sure what is really like why we can't. I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah.
Just like kind of generally, did you feel like you weren't getting many attacks? Did you feel like they were attacking a lot, or?
I feel like it was just defense simulator.
You were defending a lot.
Yeah, we had no offense.
Yeah.
A lot of the times that does come back to what we talked about in 2's with transitioning from defense to offense. Like if you feel like you're never getting an opportunity to actually break free and you're getting attacked on for like a full minute or two, and it's kind of exacerbated in 3's, right? Like in 3's, you'll see if you watch pro games as well, a lot of the time pro teams will attack for, you know, up to like 2 minutes on the other team. It's just constant, you know, it's really, really hard.
Yeah.
And it's like you feel it a lot in 3's compared to 2's. And it comes back to the same issue.
Also, this game I didn't feel like we had enough pressure. Rotate on the transition from offense to defense. I don't feel like we didn't have any pressure on it.
Okay. Like when you failed an attack, you kind of gave them lots of space.
Right. Yeah, when we failed attack, it just felt like we're just all rushing back to our side, and none of us were staying for pressure.
Yeah. You guys are attacking here. Okay. Maybe a little something here. When you're coming up on the wall, you've got a little bit of space, and you know, obviously your teammate Ice is like maybe looking for a hard smash, and that's what you do. But I think he's in like a good position to score here. It's pretty much impossible for him to score. So I think you just kind of play for yourself here, and you play to pull your opponents out of goal. Because like one of the best ways to score in 3's is kind of forcing, is actually like slowing down on corners a lot. Because a lot of time in 3's, because it's very ping-pongy, the ball can end up in corners, you know, quite often, and like running along the wall and stuff. And the more you slow it down here, if you're not being actively pressured like you are in here, the more you're gonna kind of, like, see if you watch this guy in the back line. Let's just watch him for a bit of insight. What we might find is that he actually, the more you slow down here, the more their third man actually like pushes up, right? Yeah. And it's kind of like you're kind of stringing him in by slowing the play down.
Kind of like a baiting tactic.
Yeah, it's kind of like a baiting tactic, and you're not really baiting these guys too much, because one of them is going to commit, you know, eventually. But you're kind of opening this guy's positioning a little bit. So if something good happens here on the corner, there's actually space to score, right?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of times in 3's, I'd be like in Xana's position, and I just always push up to the near post too early.
Yeah, I mean, look at him, right? He just goes straight up to the near post. And that's really early. And you didn't even slow down here. But if you slow down, it's going to be even more so, you know, you might even push up here. And then you've got all three enemies here, you know.
Yeah, I can get a free pass to one of my teammates.
Yeah, exactly. If you slow down and take more control, you might even get a pass as well. Okay, a little bit of a double commit.
I think I called Bro off of this one, but I probably should have just left it at the front back.
Yeah, I'd maybe just leave this. It's kind of like breaking natural pathing
Mhm.
It's like yeah, a bit of a conflicting play here. And you always want to stick to natural passing as much as possible.
Yeah. Then just get a heater of a shot.
Yeah. That double commit kind of set them up.
Yeah.
Oh, nice flip yourselves, close. Nice save. Okay, nice try on the pinch. You're very grouped here. Yeah, so if I'm in your position here, like you're all pushing up really aggressively here on something that could like not pan out, you know? Like we have no idea how this is gonna go. These guys are in a 1v1, right? So
Yeah.
something could happen here on the wall that forces the ball either to come back or that forces the ball forward. So I think because Brut's closer, we're just gonna let him play around for the potential, you know, offensive opening that comes from this. If I'm in your position, since you're furthest from the play, I'm probably gonna turn around and I'm gonna get a bit more defensive, you know? And I'm gonna be there for when this doesn't go well, if it doesn't go well. Because right now nobody is prepared for that. This guy isn't, Bra isn't, and you aren't. So just kind of acknowledging the fact that that may not go well, and it's good to make sure we're prepared for that. You might even get possession here if you're positioned differently.
Yeah.
I think you might be ready for this. You get a good clear, and we start attacking. Teammates on your left from audio. Probably going for corner boost. Yeah. Okay. So we've got to think now. We've got teammate full boost, powering up the left side. You're powering up mids with kind of like lowish boost. And after this touch from Bra, it's going to be very difficult to actually make an attack from this. I think it's just on Bra maybe to get another touch here. So I don't think there's any way you can beat this guy to the ball, right?
Yeah.
Because it's obviously way too far away for you. It's much closer to him. So, you know, the 1v1 is still between Bra and Xander. So I'm just gonna, again, I'm gonna let this play out and see what happens. And I'm probably gonna play like a little bit more passively until either Bra gets a touch or Xander gets a touch, and I'm gonna react to it. Whereas you're driving up really close towards a play that you can't even be involved in if you wanted to. And then we're having to turn and go back. Whereas I think if you're in a better position, you should be the one that's like flying up for this and pressuring on the wall here maybe. Or you could even turn, since you're playing more passive, and your teammate can go up the wall for this, you know, and pressure.
Yeah.
So I'll just be careful about getting really aggressive on. It's kind of like you're eager to join into these situations before you even know how they're going to pan out. So if you're in that second or third man position, especially third man, you want to be playing very passive for the most part. It's fine to push up, but make sure you're keeping good distance. That's really good shadowing. I'd probably turn on that if I were you. Right here, this was perfect. It gives you the ball for free. I think you turn here and take a 50. I think it's going to be stronger and keep it more on this side.
Yeah.
And if the 50 goes over here, there might be a risk of giving it to our opponents. You're getting very aggro. think because I see Eclipse up, probably not going to bother jumping here. He obviously misses it, but we have to assume he's not going to miss it, right? Like, we see him jumping, we hear him jumping. We've got to play very respectful here of the fact that, you know, he's going to beat you to this ball, so we're staying grounded.
Yeah.
We're again kind of trying to get involved in a play that's not ours to get involved in, almost. Like, Bruz coming again down for a touch on this. I'm not sure how that's going to pan out. You know, it's like there's too much unknown outcomes, you know, from this situation. Like, we really need to stay away from unknown outcomes if we can, and try and make things a bit more readable, a bit more predictable before we get involved and before we commit. It's a good space here. We kind of give it away. This was a really good opportunity to, you know, break away and actually get a good attack. We talked about this a bit in 2's as well. And I think when it comes to Rocket League, you've got, you know, in a game you might get 10 attacks, right? And 8 out of those 10 attacks are, you know, bad to average attacks, right? Like, they're not great, you know, they're kind of shoddily put together, and they might have a chance of scoring, right? And throughout the game, out of those 10 attacks, you might get 2 attacks, or 2 chances to make an attack that's really strong, right? These are your ground to air dribble setups with lots of space. These are your roof shots, flip resets, you know, all these like really good controlled setups that take a lot of time to actually put into motion, you know. And when you're gifted an option like this in the game, like this, you see how you have a lot of space, you can get good control on this ball, either pass it or to play it. You have to make sure you do something with it. Like, we can't be giving these away. So you've got 2 options. You can either touch it down and play like we talked about before, play for your teammates possession via distance, you know, pop it down in front of Bruh. I wouldn't put it over here because your teammate's facing this way. So your other option is just to take like a really controlled vertical touch on it and try and carry it as far as you can. Yeah. And get some kind of attack going. This is kind of pulling over from your 2's gameplay a little bit as well, I think. Yeah, nice. Good control. Yeah. Not really sure if Brush should be getting involved here.
Yeah.
This is you kind of doing the same thing, right? You cut in, and then Bruz not really respecting your 1v1 with the first challenger. We'll see that from his perspective. Jumping very early. Thank God you went down. It's good. Okay, really good team play there. That was much better. Just want to go back very quickly. When you get an opportunity like this, right? See if... So this was the 1v1, right? So yeah. Bruz 1v1 is with this first challenger, right? He goes up, Bruz up, and then he actually beats him, right? So now you're in a situation where the 1v1 has been won. And now you have got your next 1v1 with the second man on their team, right? So kind of at this point, you need to either get some information on the next guy, if you can. Maybe like flick ball cam off for a second. You could maybe flick ball cam off here. Or you can just go up for it, which is probably the safer thing to do. Because, you know, it's very time consuming, and if you turn ball cam off, you may get caught out, right? Yeah. But if you're going to go up for this kind of thing, you need to make sure you're actually closing distance first. Because if you go up like you did, like say you're jumping super early, you're just going to do exactly what you're doing in 2's and what you did on the backboard here. You're going to get a really strong horizontal touch, which you can't follow on. And that's just going to give away possession. and it's going to completely kill the attack, and then they're going to get possession, they're going to start attacking from this side, and boom, you know, you're just getting attacked again and again and again. It's just like rinse and repeat, and it's going to make you feel like you're just stuck in defense. Again, ball gets boomed, ball's taken to the other side, and they start their attack. You see?
Yeah.
We gotta kind of like carry it on as much as we can with more control. This was pretty dead. I'm gonna go for boost here instead of going for this ball. And you're kind of taking it from Bruh, but I think it's fine. I think Bruh can just go back, take some pads, and rotate. I think this guy might be able to get the boost, so your job is to now intercept this boost, and then maybe turn on the wall, or just to go back as well and let your teammate come around.
Would it be fine there if I honestly just went for the demo and the last man instead of that ball?
Let's see. Yeah, you could even go for the bump in the last one, yeah. That's a possible play. This one that I didn't think of actually.
Because then Bruh can get that boost and turn on the ball, probably.
Yeah, that's actually a really good play. I didn't even see that, I'm not gonna lie. And then go bump Eclipse and goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a really good play. Because your teammate's gonna be back, right? And he can cut in and go for this ball. And Bruh can maybe get this boost. Yeah. There's kind of like a lot of possible outcomes here. That would be a really good play to go for too, I think. So, really nice on that one.
Yeah, then I can keep the rotations kind of similar where we're all, but in like a kind of the right spot, because if I go for that boost, I feel like we'll always be in the same exact like line. It's gonna make it really awkward for us.
Yeah, it's gonna be awkward, but I think you're still gonna get possession from it, you know? Like, I think this would be the normal thing to do. And I think going for this ball is pretty dead. Doing that play that you said is honestly probably like a pro level play, not gonna lie, that was really smart. So good shot on that. That was amazing. And yeah, but I'd say normally, you know, boost is probably what you go for by default. Make sure you don't go for the play, that's the bad play.
That was such a bad touch too.
Yeah.
So pointless.
And yeah, our offense kind of dies, and they get a goal from it.
Yeah. Oh. I think Ice DC'd here actually.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But I think we end up scoring anyways.
Yeah.
Kick him from the team, you're doing better as a 2. He leaves and you score, it's a sign.
Yeah, there he goes.
Nice, obviously a really good exception plate. Really good fast challenge. And that was really good because you were close to him, right? Like, super nice. The flip back was good. And then right here he takes a touch, and then he equals this is pretty fast, that's nice. Oh, great pass. That's a goal. Awesome. Yeah, at this point I'm telling Ice not to come back. It's starting to look pretty good. And keep your game turned off, bro, it's all good. Bro, he came back and he got scored on. I'm not even joking anymore.
Realm slotted that one in, and then I don't think I expected that bounce. I don't think anyone did.
Yeah.
And then I just get fucked here. I just a zero boost trying to block a bump play.
Yeah, that was Ice's fault. This positioning was too aggressive.
That's okay.
Yeah, so.
See, he makes up for it.
He makes up for it, yeah, that's good.
That was a really good bump by Bruh.
Yeah, you guys are actually making a really nice comeback here. That was a really good play. Okay. Right, be careful with like something that's quite easy to do is third man in 3's. You know, I've even done it myself sometimes and I pick up on it and I realise like it's a pretty bad thing to do. But see if you're third man and you're just kind of hovering outside the play and you're not involved, you're just kind of shadowing, you know, the general play area. Like, you know, you're switching sides when the ball switch sides, etc. You kind of want to make sure you're not, you want to make sure you're prepared, right, for when you have to jump in. And if you're using all of your boosts like this, and then flipping like past lots of boost lines, and you see here, you know, no boost, we've not picked up any pads, we're hovering the play, 100 boost isn't there, we have to go all the way back, and we give them a lot of space, right?
I feel like I get there, I should have just played a little bit more, like midfield is kind of, instead of flipping across, I could just collected small pads, kind of just hovered around midfield a little bit.
Yeah, you don't even need to flip here, like you can just drive. Yeah. Like, you could probably just drive, pick up this pad, pick up this pad, and then maybe you can even get involved in the play over here, you know? But, you know, I'm not even against flipping. Like, I kind of like the flip because it, you know, makes sure you're in position pretty fast. I wouldn't use boost. I'd obviously flip towards a boost line as well. So it's just kind of like a general third man resource, you know, waste. Like, you want to be very careful with your resources as third man. You want to hold on to them as much as you can. You want to make sure your positioning's good, you've got lots of boost, and you're just ready to go.
I just butchered the shot.
Yeah, that was a nice try though. A nice pass. Unlucky. That was a good bump. Maybe I go. Oh, so close, but that's so unlucky. Jesus. That was a bra moment, I'm not gonna lie.
I was so disappointed. I was like, I think I knew too. I was like calling for somebody to shoot after.
Bro, after that, bro, I was like, is it like, Kari, where were you? I'm like, honestly, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think I should be up that far either, but yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of awkward.
I was thinking he was going for the bump when it wasn't necessary, but...
You know, if you want to think about it, right, like really deeply, you know, you pick up a boost pad, you use the boost that you got from that boost pad, you pick up another boost pad, you use the boost you got from that boost pad, you go for the 100 boost, you miss the 100 boost, and then what are you thinking about? You're thinking about the fact that you got no boost, and you're going for another 100 boost, you know? Like, maybe what we should be thinking about a bit more is your resource usage as third man, because I'm starting to get a little bit skeptical about what you're doing as third man, you know? You seem to just be like driving around, hovering outside and just fucking boosting around, having a little spree, you know?
You know, I'm just playing in the what's it called? What's those inflatable like jump houses or whatever?
Like a bouncy castle.
Yeah, I'm just playing a bouncy castle, honestly.
Yeah. Bro, like, you're third man and you've got half the pitch to yourself and you're just driving around just collecting, like, Easter eggs, you know? You're farming achievements, bro. Yeah, I'd be careful with that, third man. Like, you know, it's a very minute thing, you know, in that last situation. But, you know, if we do really think about it, the fact that you were locked onto that corner boost is because you were just wasting your boost, like, as third man.
Yeah.
You were just driving around and wasting it, so, yeah, just be careful with that. You don't really need to, you can just drive and hover. But, yeah.